Hello, this is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Sunday Forum on this Sunday, June the 9th, where our topic is hospitality at Emmanuel, greeting angels without knowing it. That comes from a very important scripture from Hebrews 13, verses 2, where here the writer of Hebrews writes, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without even knowing it." And hospitality is so important. In fact, many of our universities here in Florida have majors in the hospitality industry. Hotels, tourism, restaurants. Well, it's important for Florida, it's important all over the country, all over the world, and it's important to Emmanuel. It's a spiritual gift to be able to express hospitality, not just to the strangers who come and visit us, but to our own people as well. And so we want to talk about hospitality and its importance at Emmanuel in the way we create buildings. We're going to talk about the atrium and how we're trying to create a hospitable place here at Emmanuel that just draws people in. But also we want to talk about the ministry, the programs of hospitality, and we're going to invite Julie Basile in to talk about how you might get involved in this important ministry here at Emmanuel. But let's start with the buildings. Fling Wide the Door, as you know, is our program, our initiative to raise money to change many things here at Emmanuel, but especially our building, our church, so that it is more hospitable. And the biggest program, the biggest initiative is the atrium. And here let's take a look at some pictures of the atrium as the plans have started to become very concrete. And as you can see, as the pictures are being shown, it will be our central-most building that ties the sanctuary in with our educational, administrative facilities, and the Family Life Center as well. It sits right in the middle. And if we're successful, this building will have that Southwest Florida feel. Lots of light and glass and gardens and palm trees. It'll be the place you just want to come. It'll gather people together so that you just won't want to leave. As you can see, the building will be divided into two with a hospitality area right when you come in to the atrium or right when you come out of the sanctuary, and there'll be this wonderful dry bar where we can have food and fellowship and drinks. It'll also have tables and chairs, different types, so that people can stand or sit. And on the other side of the atrium, we'll have educational space, so we can have our Sunday forums or can have lectures or maybe even movies in the evenings. And then, of course, if we have big concerts or big church services, we can open up the middle partition and enjoy the whole space. This could be used in so many ways, but the idea is hospitality to people so they can relax and stay at church, to other groups from the neighborhood who want to come and need a space for lectures, for education, for concerts, you name it. We want this space to be the premier space of fellowship and hospitality here at Emmanuel. Now, we'll be working on other projects as well under this theme of hospitality, renovating the church and the Family Life Center, the Media Center, and even the Welcome Center out at the park. But the atrium, that will be our signal piece that should just scream out hospitality. But also we want to hear from Julie Basile, because we've asked her to lead the effort of not just building buildings, of course, but when people come, are we reaching out and being hospitable to them with our greeters, with our ushers, with our acolytes, but above all with food and coffee, the fellowship after church. And so now let's hear from Julie Basile. So I want to welcome Julie here to the Sunday Forum as we talk about hospitality at Emmanuel, welcoming angels without even knowing it. And part of that hospitality, Julie, as you know, is all the ministries now that come under you, that you're leading, that provide hospitality. But first, before we go into those ministries and how people might sign up, what's your own commitment to hospitality?
I'm happy to talk about that. Hospitality is my dharma, is what I call it, because I love to talk with strangers. I love to talk to friends of Emmanuel members. It's so much fun, and I'm really in my element when I do that. I think it's very important that anyone that comes to Emmanuel feels extremely comfortable and welcomed.
And that's important in many different areas, as I know, when we have good greeters, ushers, assistants around the altar, but also those who are helping you create wonderful tables and food outside so that people want to stay and talk. Is that right?
Yes, there is a sense of duty, but there's also a sense of beauty and refreshments, coffee hour. We also have needs for ushers, greeters, and people to greet individuals coming into the church. But I am also looking for those that are passionate about hospitality and to help me at all the services on Sunday mornings.
So if I'm interested, Julie, how do I contact you?
Yes, you can email me at julie@naplesemmanuel.org, and I would be happy to meet with you and tell you all about it. We have many, many needs right now for hospitality.
So hospitality is going to be a major thrust, a major emphasis that we want to look up. Julie, we thank you for your leadership.
You're welcome.
Get in contact with her, especially if you feel that call too, if you value hospitality and you want us to do that well here at Emmanuel. Thanks for joining us, Julie.
Thank you.
I want to thank Julie for joining us. But above all, this is a call to you to get involved, because hospitality is about buildings, but it's about more than buildings. Finally, we are greeting strangers, visitors, and even our closest friends. We want this space to be one of comfort and joy, and that means get involved. Contact Julie so that you can be a part of this wonderful ministry of hospitality here at Emmanuel. Remember, on Sunday, you might be greeting angels without knowing it. Thanks for joining us on the Sunday Forum. Bye-bye now.